As a meta leader in a time of crisis, you might find that your brain takes you down to what we call your basement. Being able to understand how people respond in times of crisis, how you respond, and how other people respond is critical to your effectiveness as a crisis leader. My name is Leonard Marcus. I'm the co-director of the National Preparedness Leadership Initiative at Harvard University. Understanding instinctual responses is part of our curriculum on meta leadership because in a time of crisis, that instinct kicks in. We divide the brain into three different regions. The first is what we call the basement. That's where your survival activities are, your survival mechanisms are, and it originated with Sigmund Freud, who called this the basement of your brain. In that basement of your brain, your survival mechanisms. In the mid part of your brain, what we call the workroom. This is your to-do list of routine activities that you almost feel like you do automatically. Like you might get in your car in the morning, get to work. You don't know exactly what happened in between. You do it almost automatically. Or a group of healthcare practitioners in a hospital. There could be a code blue. Everybody knows what to do, and they do it almost routinely. The highest level of your brain we call the laboratory. This is where you do your new learning, your analytic thinking, and where you assess complexity, especially in times of crisis. In the middle of your brain is what's called the amygdala. The amygdala is your alert system. It's constantly looking around, checking whether there's any threat. If there is a threat, your amygdala will ignite and automatically send you to the basement. You could be walking across the street and a car is coming at you. What your brain does is shut off that higher level thinking in order to make sure that all you're focused in is your survival, getting out of the way. We call that going to the basement. It's critical as a crisis leader for you to be able to identify when you've gone to the basement and also for your followers to identify when they have gone to the basement. Your responsibility is, number one, identify I'm in the basement, to recognize it and to be aware of that. And then, as meta leader, is to get yourself out of the basement and to lead other people out of the basement. How do you do that? You should have in the middle, that mid-level section, your to-do list. In this crisis, here's what we need to do. And once you've activated that to-do list, you're communicating with people, you've called a meeting, you're bringing resources in, whatever needs to be done in that crisis. Once your amygdala recognizes that you're in that to-do list, it calms you down. You get more focused. Once you've got the full operation in that mid-level workroom, then you as meta leader can go to that higher level thinking. And in this higher level thinking, assess, here's the crisis that we're facing, here's what we're doing, here's what we need to do to better fit our actions and activities to the crisis at hand. So the higher level thinking, your laboratory, the mid-level, your toolbox, that bottom level, your basement. When you hit a crisis or hit anything that will click on that survival instinct, you go to the basement. Your job, identify it, get out of the basement, lead other people out of the basement, and get to that higher level analytic thinking. That is one key component to the practice of meta leadership.